Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Freelancer Let's Play for 2020, episode 9. So, in the previous episode, we actually stopped at a very crucial point. What is this? Oh, okay. So in the previous episode, we stopped right as we reached Leeds, Planet Leeds. Met Tobias, who is Trent's guardian, I guess? Mentor? But let's see what Trent has to say for itself. Personal entry. Well, Tobias set me up with a good chunk of money for a new ship and pointed me towards the new London ship dealer. Still, I haven't been home in a while, and all that money's burning a hole in my pocket. After all that, I could use a drink. You and me both, Trent. You and me both. So, let's take a look. What exactly did we have here, and what exactly is it that we really wanted to do? The Cavalier Light Fighter seems to be the most expensive ship, and the maximum weapon class that it seems to have is 5. So that is a thing. With only 4 guns, though. But that seems to be fine. Let's actually go and do what Tobias told us. Let's go visit the New London ship dealer. Let's see what happens. So, yeah, interesting. It's kind of interesting to visit Bittertonia without the presence of the GRN. And I don't know if I want to talk about GRN in general, because I don't know, the Galaxy in general is somewhat of a very interesting topic for me, because when I heard about the new house being added to the mod, I honestly thought that the whole presentation of Galaxy would be a little bit more interesting than it became. So, if you've never read the Dumas' Three Musketeers, then I highly suggest you do, because the portrayal of France in that book is basically what I had kind of hoped that the game would allow me to be as a Gallic. Like, imagine a refined sort of house, populated by, well, distinguished people, gentlemen, with a code of honor enforced by the ID, or something along those lines. Like, can you imagine fair play and duels being being actually enforced as a ID line? Abusable, sure, obviously. Would have it worked? Especially on Disco? Probably not. But it would have been a very interesting thing, because it would be this high-class, refined house taking its revenge on the people who... Hello. On the people who won them. But instead we had these... Oh, and of course, you know, the constant struggle between, like, the monarchy and the, you know, the religious heads. Like, overall, it would have been interesting, but the presentation that they chose for the Galaxy was kind of, not quite my tempo. So there you go. Let's quickly kill these dudes. See what we get. I really want new, or at least different guns, because this stun pulse is not as interesting as I thought it would be. I should have actually looked at some of those. Yeah, let's actually do that. I forgot to look at the rumors. But most importantly, I want to take a look at the news feed, because apparently I'm sorry I didn't check your name beforehand, but one of the comments in the previous video told me to make sure that I check the news articles, because they seem to be updated every, like, few times through the course of a level, question mark? And I'm sad to say I didn't get to do that, so I'm going to do that right now. So first of all, let's take a look at the rumors, if we have any. I heard reports coming in that Rhinelanders have been spotted all over Magellan. It doesn't look like an invasion fleet, though. It looks more like a search operation. They're continuously patrolling and sweeping for something. I've heard that they've repeatedly attacked some lane hacker base out there, but that they kept going beaten back. Okay. That is good to know. Let's take a look at the news.
All the news that's fit for you. This is the colony news.
Oh dear. Oh, that's a lot. A constant threat. Dublin. The Mollies have issued a new warning for the Bretonian government. In the most recent message, the criminal organization stated that if Dublin wasn't given over to Molly control and Royal forces evacuated immediately, a major disaster would befall the Bretonian capital. Bretonian Defense Minister Jonathan Long downplayed the warning. It will take more than empty threats and pilfered gold to remove our presence from Dublin. Okay. Heroes of Norfolk foil Corsairs. Norfolk, Bretonian military personnel won a battle today against evil when a naval patrol intercepted a flight of Corsairs heading south through the Kursk iceclad. Though they were outnumbered and outgunned, Lieutenant William Longfield and Captain Jane Gillam were able to destroy 5 Corsair ships, allowing only one to escape into the Grasmere icecloud. Their valorous I'm coming down with a cold, so I'm really sorry. Their valorous effort has been recognized in the halls of New London, and both pilots will be recognized next week for their heroic deeds. Okay. Outcast plague blamed on Liberty. Sheffield Station. A recent study founded by Boax has shown the majority of outcasts that travel through Bretonia are trying to pass through to Liberty, where they're trying to sell their narcotic cardamine into the black markets. The damage they do here is circumstantial. They are criminals, so they have no qualms about piracy, but there is nothing drawing them to Bretonia in particular except the path to Liberty. Researcher Alex Jordan stated in the special press conference held on station. Unfortunately, these findings do not diminish the effect that outcasts have had in Manchester. 5 killed in Canterbury attack. Platform's newest London base, Canterbury, was the victim of a small raid by Guyans yesterday. The station itself suffered minimal damage, but the inbound personal transport was destroyed as it attempted to dock. Bounty hunters at the station scrambled immediately and pursued the 3 Guyans ships as they fled. The 5 killed were low platform employees, so the attack was likely nothing more than a random strike. This marks the 5th Guyan strike in the last month. Authorities are concerned that the eco-terrorist threat could be growing. Bretonia's greatest threat. I'm actually very sorry that I didn't read the news articles back in Liberty. I should have really done that. Kensington. Ever since the Corsairs arrived in Bretonia space, they have been brought nothing but crime, murder, and piracy. The recent I am really coming down with a cold. Their recent infestation in the system has caused untold death and destruction in the formerly peaceful colony of Bretonia. Corsair murders often lack any clear motive, unlike the political assassinations that are the trademark of the Mollies. Corsairs are motivated by simple greed, with a starting line for compassion of your human life. The Scourge of Southern Sirius often carries alien artifacts. If your ship is attacked by the Corsairs, your best option is to drop any valuables you have and head towards the nearest police authority post quick as possible. Oh, Rhineland blockade. In an unprovoked move, Rhineland has imposed blockades on the jump gates in Omega-7. Officials have called this an outrageous breach of trust and protocol that we cannot stand for. Queen Karina and her cabinet has called for the Chancellor to immediately withdraw his forces, now pinging on Bretonian interest in that area. Though we have been tolerant thus far, the Queen said, this hostile act casts a dark shadow on our relationship and will be met with equal force, if need be. Oh, who is this? Balanchine pronounced dead. Liberty's secretary, James Balanchine, collapsed today and was evacuated to a government medical unit where she was pronounced dead of natural causes. President Jacobi said that this sudden passing will not diminish Liberty's commitment to peace and stability in the colonies. She will now be attending the summit meeting on Curacao in his place. Interesting. For some. Let's just sell all the scrap just in case. What is our next level? Not a lot. Not a lot, actually.
Freelancer Alpha 1-1. This is Southampton Shipyard. You are cleared for launch.
Then let's
Good
go
luck out
and
there.
grab ourselves that... Ah, yes.
Hey, don't fall asleep on me.
Failure.
Weapons are ready.
Well, these are level 6 NPCs.
Track.
Maybe I should grab myself a new ship before I start doing things like this. Ow!
I picked my target. Closing in.
Yeah, ship nothing. I need better weapons first. Which will, you know, be possible if I grab myself a new ship, of course.
Locking in on enemy. I picked my target. Closing in.
Track. Failure. Track. Failure.
Enemy has me under fire. Retreat has been stopped up.
Track.
Oh, what can I even say about Bretonian? This was one of the more older memories that I have about this place, and it obviously has to do with gold, because when I was completely new, especially, you know, to trading in general, I didn't like just flying very long distances. I've never found trading interesting. So, some of you already know the story with me and a player called Moonbase Alpha Logic. But basically, it was a player who kind of took care of me, for the lack of a better word. He showed me the ropes in Discovery Freelancer, and one of the things he did, he used to come here. We would fly to, I think it was Dublin, in that one station in Dublin in the field, which is kind of to the left after you enter the system through the gate. And the most memorable thing that I can say about Bretonia is that I bought my first favorite main ship here, which is obviously not present in the vanilla game, but it was a spatial, and it was on one of the battleships in Leeds.
This is Gateway Red 18. Submitting data.
Okay, let's take a look. These are in fact the same ships, though. These are quite literally the same ships. I am slightly confused. Do we have any rumors? No, it doesn't look like it. Do we have any... I didn't want to do that, sorry. Do we have any news? Okay, there is nothing new here. I'm going to very quickly check some other stations here, just in case I'm missing something.
Dock. Incoming missile.
Moving to attack target.
Maybe I should just grab that freighter. But if I grab that freighter, I won't be able to use the torpedo launcher. And that would be a damn shame. This
Freelancer
place does not
Alpha
sell
1-1.
any ships.
This is Waterloo Station. You are cleared for launch. Good luck out there.
I've got one on me.
Incoming missile.
Excuse me?
This jerk is actually engaging me.
Enemies firing.
They actually have disruptors. Holy shell. Very interesting.
Coming to you.
There used to be a battleship here somewhere. Or am I remembering its location when it was in Disco? So
This is Britonia Police Kappa 3.
that is a very good question, actually. I might be remembering it completely wrong. No, there it is. Battleship Suffolk. There it is. I want to see what, like, I think, okay, so the Cavalier is the Bretonian Patriot, right? So where's the Bretonian Defender?
Transmission received, Armed Forces Zeta 3. Where are you heading? We're on a patrol mission from the Cambridge system. Roger that. Your request to dock is granted. Proceed to dock 1.
Yes, give me the doke. So I'm kind of wondering, if I buy a new ship, does this mean... Ooh. I like this. Though it seems I'm going to be missing a item here.
Mounted. Ship purchase.
Okay, there we go. This is nice. Sky rails, rippers. I will need to replace these class 2s and class 3s. Oh well. Most of these things are actually class 5s. What is the difference? One seems to be slightly slower, and that's about it.
Mounted. Mounted.
Well, screw that then. Rippers all the way.
Mounted. Mounted.
I am going to keep this stun pulse, though. Yeah, just in case. It seems to sync up with
Repair complete.
the ship more or less. So, we have our ship. Now, what about those missions? Let's try this one. New London against the Mollies.
Freelancer Alpha
It doesn't seem to be that
1-1.
far
This is
away.
Battleship Suffolk. You are cleared for launch.
Suffolk.
Good luck
Okay.
out there.
Thank you.
Your
Pew,
objective
pew,
is at
pew,
the mission
pew.
waypoint. See the nav map for further details.
Oh, that's a lot of armed forces. So, did this change in ship?
What's your status?
Oh, bounty hunters. There we go. I'm actually very glad that they implemented that mechanic. If I change the ship, the bounty hunters don't know me anymore. So that's kind of interesting. I like that. What is the maximum amount? 20. And we should be fine. I didn't check if we actually had a better shield sold there. But if my guess is correct, then probably not. We would find the class 5 shield somewhere later down. I'm gonna say that I really don't have very distinctive memories about Britonia. The only really good memory from disco times regarding Britonia was the three-way between Britonia, Kosari, and the Gals in the Tau systems. That was probably to date still my most favorite server event. It was a three-way, which is very rare, and it was located in a place where, depending on where people chose to fight, it was very varied. You had the Tau 23 fields, It was a complete nightmare. Remember, this was time before, you know, turret steering existed. So, that was interesting.
You're out of your league. You're in range of your target. We've marked the ship for you, so he'll be easy to find.
Oh, look.
Target destroyed. Mission commission signing off.
That was much more easier than I thought it would be. I didn't check how much damage I took, so that is slightly troublesome. Okay, let's see. Next level requirement 71,000. Current net worth is 50,000. We should be there in, I guess, 5 or so missions? So I'm going to just take the biggest assassination missions that I can, and this should be over pretty quickly, I guess. I guess there's no point in me trying to find, like, you know, dock on the bases and... Unless I'm looking for rumors, I guess. I also have this tea in front of me. It smells very good. I will need to take an big sip at it.
Understood. Your request to
I
dock
want to
is
see what
granted.
kind of missions we
Proceed
have. I want to
dock
find the biggest missions I can. Probably should look at the capital planet. So that was like 4,000 maybe? Oh, I should check if Trent's log has anything new concerning the new ship that we got. So wait, did we actually just screw over Tobias again? It's like, oh, go to Planet New London. The guy there is like, nah, these ships are dumb. I want to get the better ship. Sorry, Tobias. No, it is still, in fact, the same. What do you have here? Oh, 2 people. There is currently one hotspot in the sector. The trade lane stretch through the Keswick Cloud in the Cambridge system has been the site of several successful attacks during the past few days. Several repeated Corsair offenders have been identified and marked for deletion. Marked for deletion. Christ. We have information that the Corsairs and Hessians are engaged in some sort of territorial dispute in the outer Omega systems. This has distracted them somewhat from fully exploiting the vulnerable position of the trade lanes through Omega 3 and Omega 7. Apparently there are no jump holes directly linking those systems. That is interesting to hear. Oh. And this is against the Corsairs. Let's go. Oh, that is a bit of a trek, isn't it?
Waterloo Station. You are cleared for launch. Good luck out there.
Let's go.
We've uploaded the mission waypoint into your nav map. Refer to it for more instructions.
This is a nice site.
Dock.
Oh, but about the Omegas. Ooh, plenty of stories there. Omega 3 used to be one of my most favorite piracy spots in the days after Vulnerary Rogues. Like, I'm talking about, like, 2015-16-ish. There was constant traffic through there, and the cool thing about it was that the gate to Omega 7 from Omega 3 was very far away from the last lane, so if you would catch someone jumping into 3 from 7, there was a very long trek there, and it was amazing. Amazingly good piracy spot. I like Corsairs. Countermeasure Droper. Okay, let's try to get this tea into my body. This is good tea. I am making a happy face. It's a very good tea. And the reason why I'm drinking tea and not coffee, it's because it's...
We read that your primary target's not there. Keep fighting until we can pick it up again.
It's
You
late
can
in the
forget
evening.
taking out our leader.
Oh? Who's gonna stop me? You? I think not.
Make 'em pay for that one.
I'm gonna go full Britain on you. Have some opium, mother trucker. Oh, that's mine. That's mine.
You're no match for me.
Who? Oh. You're just rank 6.
I picked my target. Closing in.
Ow. There we go.
Scanning. Scanning. Yep, it's all here. Thanks for your invaluable service. Mission Commission signing off.
You know, you say invaluable, but you didn't really pay me a lot, did you? I know my skills are worth more than 4.5 thousand credits. Shield batteries. Oh, I'm full. Countermeasure droppers for days. Wow. Okay, so how's that progress of ours? 54. Honestly, slightly slower than I thought, but it's getting there. We are nearing our 27-minute mark. I don't think we will be able to get to the next mission just yet, maybe? Question mark? Police.
Scanning. Cargo. Scanning.
You know, the thing is, Liberty is hostile to me now.
Dock.
We're headed to the Cambridge
So,
system.
what would have happened if I bought a freighter and I went to attack transport convoys? See, I knew, I remember the times where you could shoot off the cargo pods from transports in in Discovery Freelancer anyway, and you would get 500 units of cargo. My question is the same mechanic a extension of the vanilla mechanics, or is it not? Obviously, we're never going to get the whole bajillion amount that is, you know, advertised in the scans. It was kind of interesting. Like, if I started just going and attack shipping.
This is Armed Forces Alpha 15, submitting data.
Transmission received, Armed Forces Alpha 15. Where are you heading?
We're on a patrol mission from the Dublin system. We're going to the lead system.
This is a good tea. Speaking of, the lane hacker's theft of our proprietary technology has been most unfortunate. Ajira is in the process of patching the software and modify the hardware scanner to make it lane hacker proof, at which point we feel that the full confidence in IC and Ajira will be restored. Oh, you wish. Yeah, difficulty 5. Don't care. Give me something bigger. I'm like the mission equivalent of a size queen. Give me the biggest and give me the baddest.
Freelancer Alpha 1-1. This is Waterloo Station. You are cleared for launch. Good flying.
Weapons are...
Incoming missile.
Seriously?
I've got one trying to get a lock.
Oh, I forgot just how annoying NPCs are with their disruptors. As far as I can tell, the only good thing that I can do regarding shooting these things is just, you know, increasing my rep. And even that's under question. So, show me what you've got.
Acknowledged. Your request to land is granted. Proceed to land.
So, 3 rumors. Universal handles various levels of commodities on the Manhattan to New London route. Our armored transports handle the Bretonian gold bound for Manhattan and the luxury goods on the return trip. If they are well escorted, they usually make it okay through the independent world gauntlet. Okay. We ship our luxury goods and luxury foods from New London to Shetland and Edinburgh on a regular basis. Watch out for the Guines. They will often attack from the smog clouds of Leeds or from the icy cloud near the ship itself. Okay. We're selling a load of pharmaceuticals produced at the Cambridge Research Station orbiting Cambridge. Cryer produces enough at the facility to support Bretonia and its adjacent border worlds. Okay. So, surprise me. Surprise me that it's something that... The only reason why I accepted this one is apparently because I'm getting reinforcements from it. Oh, that is actually a good question. What are my standings with the Junkers?
Enemy ships will be at the mission
Not
waypoint.
good.
Refer to the nav map for specific instructions.
Cancel.
This is also the wrong lane.
Homing in on Bandit.
I've got damage, but I'm all right.
Dock.
Oh. Now let's quickly deliver this one mission. And I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to say, oh, let's scan the fields for, you know, wrecks. But the thing is, I remember there was a wreck here somewhere. That's not really saying a lot, is it? I guess we could just make a small, you know, kind of loop through it, I guess.
Turning up the heat on the enemy.
Bandit in my sights.
Retreat.
If I don't get my full cut this time, there's gonna be trouble.
You and me both. Okay. Difficulty rating 7. Well, let's see. Oh. I hope they're not expecting me to shoot the platforms as well.
I'm going to use what's left of you to
Oh, that's,
grease my ship. Enemy ships in range. We're painting them so you can ID them easily.
Hostile fire here.
Incoming missile.
I am under attack.
Oh, did you just mind yourself?
Tractor failure.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm taking hostile fire here.
Tractor failure.
Their weapons hurt, it's just that...
Tractor failure.
You did it. The area is clear. Well done. Mission
So,
Commission
what
signing
about
off.
those... Okay, I am pretty sure they did mention, like, reinforcements or something. I didn't... like... Okay, so first of all, what's over here? That seems to be a hotspot. Okay, that's Trafalgar. Okay. So the question is... can I dock?
I'm showing a hostile contact on the scope. Engage. Acknowledged.
I mean, the Jankers seem to be neutral. But just how neutral?
Check. Your request
Oh,
to dock
there we
is
go.
granted. Please proceed to dock 2.
Getting mowed down.
Hey, look, Mollies are neutral. For now. Because I just did a mission.
Showed up on our scope. Please submit your designation.
This is Gaians. White
Oh,
1.
guys.
Sending the data now.
Objective reached.
Transmission received. Gaians White 1. What is
Interesting.
your destination?
We're out of Trafalgar. We're going to Trafalgar. We've got 2 more waypoints remaining.
Okay, let's see. What do you have? Ooh. A Legionnaire. Corsair Fighter. Interesting. Does not have a torpedo, though. This thing has a torpedo. And that's all I need to know. Starkiller torpedo. Still need to be level 10 for this. Which is ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. So... when I'm more friendly. No one really wants me here. Okay.
Freelancer Alpha 1-1. This is Trafalgar. Everything's go for launch.
Okay, let's do that one idea that I said I would do before.
Incoming
Let's
missile.
take a look at what's around in this base, in this cloud.
Incoming missile.
Ow.
I picked my target. Closing in.
Because I remember something about Rex in this place, it's just that I don't really remember exactly where they were.
We're all clear. No more enemies.
Hazard, boy. Hazard, boy. Oh, that was the, sectioned off part, isn't it? Okay. Ow. I just did an ow. Okay, so that there is the sectioned off area.
Enemy contact verified. Engaging
Danger. Radiation damage
is the-
detected.
Okay.
Danger. Radiation damage detected.
Would I even notice them? Ooh, lead jump hole. You know, the problem is, yes, there is probably something in this field, but I'm sad to say that me just flying around in circles would probably not really be an interesting episode. So, let us return to Southampton, and we can call it a day there.
Go to.
In the meantime, I'm going to take another sippy sip of my tea. This is a good tea, he said for the 7th time that day. Do you know why it's a good tea? Because it has valerian in it, and it stinks like hell, but it helps me do the big sleeps. Especially when I've done the very smart thing of, you know, taking a small, quote, nap in the middle of the day, which turned out to be slightly longer than I expected it to be. And that is perfectly fine. So, yeah, I kinda hope that the next missions are not going to be, you know, like the time between the storyline missions are not going to be too long, like they're not going to be becoming more and more elongated. Because just running regular kill missions is probably not really that interesting as an episode. I really don't want to make this whole thing kind of boring, if you know what I mean. I can talk about things, but, you know, there's a limit. Unless you guys want to listen about, you know, some sort of specific topic. It's like, hey, if you're watching this video so far, give me suggestions to blab about as I do these missions down in the comments. I'll read it. I usually publish the next episode early in the day, so by the time that I actually get around recording the next episode, a few hours have passed. Well, at least a lot of hours. I wouldn't say 12 hours, but, you know, a bit less. More than enough time to get at least some comments on these videos, so, hey, if you've watched this video so far, go ahead. Submit your ideas. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Cheers.